To all the aspiring pilots watching this video, the examination seasons are on for us pilots because the DGCA has opened up the portals. And even if you are watching this video in the future, chances are you have landed up on this video because you are interested to give the next coming up sessions for DGCA CPL and ATPL pilot examinations. And this is an era of self-education. People are taking up different courses, and with self-studies, people are clearing the courses with preparing on their own. These videos that you see, for example, I edit them myself, and I absolutely had no clue about editing. I educated myself, I learned how to edit, I cleared my ATPL papers and the Viva also with self-preparation. So in this video, I'm going to be giving 5 tips of how can you clear DGCA CPL and ATPL examinations by preparing on your own. And mind you, the 4th tip is a secret powerful tip that I myself use. I'm going to be giving that as well. So if you guys are interested in this video, fasten those seat belts because we're ready for takeoff. What's up, fellow aviators, and welcome back to the FlyTuber, flying simplified through YouTube. My name is Ali Asghar, and on this channel I talk about interesting aviation facts, aircraft knowledge, how airplanes fly, how can you become a pilot, and everything related to aviation. So if you are an aviation enthusiast, a pilot aspirant, if you are new here, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, first thing I can recommend you is go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You can do it by clicking on the red button down there. Let's continue with the video. This video is sponsored by CNTAA, the Pilot Ground School. Alright, so before I go ahead with the tips themselves, certain prerequisites, very important things that you need to know, that in order to give the pilot examinations, there are certain prerequisites, like you need a computer number. It's just like an admission number in your school. So if you haven't applied for that, if you don't know what a computer number is, if you want to know about that, I have made a separate video wherein I talk about what a computer number is and how to apply and get them. I'll throw a link in the iCard and also in the description. And after that, you need to apply for the exams themselves. That has a separate procedure, and I have made a video separately for that as well. I'll give a link in the description and also in the iCard. So go ahead and watch those videos first so that you are ready to apply for the exams themselves. So with that out of the way, if you talk about me for my CPL examinations, yes, I did take a ground class, which was very helpful. But if you talk about the ATPL, which is much more advanced, it's vast, it's more difficult than CPL exams, I cleared my ATPL written exams and the Viva as well, preparing on my own. So basically these tips that I'm sharing in this video are just simple steps that I followed, that I inculcated myself while I was preparing for my ATPL exams, and it did help me a lot. So I'm just sharing it across with you guys. So the very first step is proper resources. You have to know what you need to know. What will you be studying? What books do you need, etc. Because otherwise, you can pick up wrong book or a wrong question bank or wrong material, and that will be a lot of efforts and energy wasted in wrong direction. You obviously need to do hard work, but you also need to do what I call smart work. You need to be very smart with the way you prepare, and a good way to do smart work is to have proper resources, proper books, question banks, notes, materials, etc. And trust me, there are a lot of options available out there to choose from, which can be really overwhelming, especially if you don't know what is what, if you're really new in this field. And yes, I do know that a lot of you have requested me to make a video on what books to study from, and if I discuss that, if I open that topic in this video, it's going to be a really lengthy video, so I'm saving that for another video later on. But yes, the first step is you need to have proper resources. Tip number 2 is a proper plan. So even if you have the proper resources and books, still there's a lot of information to take in, and you need a proper plan, a proper roadmap to guide you through this huge and vast syllabus, because there's a huge heap of books that you need to study for your pilot examinations. And on top of that, it can be really intimidating for you to study a topic from later on, an intermediate or a really advanced level topic at first itself, because you're interested. Initially you'll be very passionate and energetic about the subjects, about studying, about pilot training and everything, and that is really not the right way to study, because there's a high chance of you being confused and being all over the place. So tip number 2 is you need a proper plan to guide you. Tip number 3 is proper practice. So you have the right books to study from, you followed an amazing plan to guide you through this entire vast syllabus, and you understood the concepts very clearly. But if you don't even have the idea of how the questions even look like in the examination, then it's going to be really difficult for you to clear these examinations. And that is why you need to practice properly from the right question banks and the right sample papers and materials and notes. So tip number 3 is simply proper practice. Now before I continue on towards tip number 4 and 5, number 4 by the way is a super powerful tip that worked for me, will be very helpful for you as well. All of this information can be very overwhelming for you because aviation industry is really a small one. It's not very common in the outside world, so it can be very difficult to gather correct and proper information, and for that you need to get someone really experienced to guide you. Someone like me, obviously I'm not very experienced, but still it's over 5 years now in this industry, and that is the whole point of this channel. That is why this FlyTuber channel is there, to guide you, to share the information that I have. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell icon. And it's not just me, but there are others as well in this aviation industry who want to help people like you, and I think this is the right time to talk about the sponsor of today's video. Thanks to CNTAA, the Pilot Ground School, for sponsoring this video. And before I talk about them or the promotion, you might be like, oh, finally the FlyTuber has also started promoting stuff. But there is one thing I need you to know. You are watching 74th video on this channel right now. About 11 months that I started the channel and 18,000 plus subscribers, and there are a lot of brands who came forward with brand deals for promotions, but these were all unrelated brands, and if promotions or money was my aim, I could have done it earlier as well. But I am here only to share relatable things with aviation to you and good stuff. And I don't want to promote a beauty product, for example, right? So that is why if you can be absolutely clear about that. And on top of that, I knew that someday I will have to start. So I think this is the right time so that you guys can also take maximum out of it and maybe go ahead and clear your examinations. And one important thing, the most important thing why I chose to promote CNTAA is its uniqueness. Why it is unique and how it is, I'll be letting you know in a minute. So CNTAA, it's one of its own kind of DGCA, CPL and ATPL ground classes so that you can prepare and clear these examinations, and it's run by Captain Neha Thakre. That's why it's CNTAA, Captain Neha Thakre Aviation Academy. And Captain Neha is one of the well-known names in the Indian skies. A lot of people follow her on Instagram. Chances are that you might already know her, but if you don't, this is her Instagram, and I'll also throw a link to her Instagram handle down in the description, so go ahead and check her out and follow her. And Captain Neha is a seasoned captain in one of the airlines in India. She's really experienced not only in flying but also in teaching aviation subjects since 2008. So if you want to have a quick look at the course itself, there is a link in the description. If you click on that, you'll be brought to this website, and once you sign up, this is how the student dashboard looks like. I obviously have the full version because I had to try it myself before I could suggest you. As you can see, I've already seen a few slides from each of the courses, but you can also try out the demo version. And if you want to have a look at the interface, if you click on a particular course, this is how the interface looks like. Obviously CNTAA and the present course or book that you are studying right now, and then all the chapters are listed on the side panel. If you click on a chapter, then the subtopics in that chapter will open up, and if you click on a particular topic, then you can see Captain Neha is sitting on the left side, and on the right side there is a screen over here that is the same screen shared by the iPad. So these are all pre-recorded videos. It's kind of a module, and Captain Neha will explain you all the topics, and there is visuals here as well, wherein Captain Neha uses the screen to talk about and visually explain to you what she's trying to tell, and she's also there so that it's not very boring, but it's just like you were sitting in a class. And two other very interesting features are here on top. There is a search function so that you can go to a particular topic of your choice, and also the update of how much of the course you have completed. Now an important feature that I want you to notice about this module is that it's really accessible, very flexible to use. You can use it on a laptop or an iPad or even on your phone while you're on the road, maybe in the metro. So that is really flexible for you, and also you develop a skill that is very important for airline flying, because airline pilots have to always have an iPad and study from there. They self-educate the procedures, airline procedures and stuff with an iPad. So yeah, that also you'll develop that skill as well. To know further details about the course itself, like pricing, etc., there is a link provided in the description. Click on that, you'll be redirected to CNTAA website. You'll have all the details available over there, and also you can try the demo version. But there is a good bonus for you guys. So I wanted something special for the FlyTuber family, because this channel is all about you guys and providing value to you. So I personally requested Captain Neha something special for you guys, and that is a discount for you. So if you use this discount code FlyTuber20, you'll get an instant 20% discount on any course that you select. So FlyTuber20, that is the code, use it and you'll get an instant 20% discount on the course. Now, why did I even choose to introduce this thing to you? If you remember, I told that there is something really unique about this course, and that is one of the main reasons why I am bringing this to you, and that is this course is a little bit different from a traditional ground class. So traditionally you would have to be physically present in the class itself, but due to COVID, the most that has happened is the classes are now online, but still the class is at 8 a.m. so you need to be available at 8 a.m. But the uniqueness of this course is, since it's kind of a module, it is really flexible for you. If you are like me, so right now that I'm shooting, it's about 4 a.m. in the morning, and I usually shoot in the mornings or at night so that I don't have the background horns, etc. from the vehicles. Similarly, there can be a person who prefers to study and prepare at nights. So this option is really amazing and flexible for such cases, because even if it's 2 a.m. and if you want to study, the module is at your disposal. You can do your preparation any time of the day and you can start off with your preparations. If you feel like it's just another course, it in fact is a ground class, because Captain Neha herself will guide you through the course. She'll do the planning and roadmap for you personally, and if that wasn't enough, she has live sessions every week so that you can clear your doubts, ask questions, discuss topics, discuss ambiguities and more. And even if that wasn't enough, here is the thing. You can personally call up Captain Neha directly, obviously when she's not flying, and you can get your doubts cleared directly straight away from her in a personal phone call. So all in all, this is an amazing option, a great way for preparations, because you have the proper resources, proper plan from Captain Neha, you know the right books and question banks to study from and practice. And if you're looking for a proper ground class, or even if you are kind of a person who likes to prepare on your own, this is definitely the option to go for, because it's a self-preparation module and also a ground class. And if you're still in two thoughts, they have an amazing success rate in the past, but still you can go ahead and read the alumni feedback on the website, and I highly recommend you to try out the demo version. All you will need is an email and an active phone number. Continuing on to tip number 4, to prepare for pilot examinations on your own, and this is the secret powerful tip that worked for me and I'm sharing it with you guys, and that is make summary notes in bullet points. No long and detailed explanations, no need of using long sentences, just bullet points. Each point need to be, for example, at the most 5 words, and include only very important stuff like important formulae. The main aim is to boil down the entire book in probably just 1 sheet of paper, or at the most 2 sheets, that's it. And if you do this, what's going to happen is there's a lot of information included in these books. The syllabus is vast, and if you just look at this sheet, if you have a look at the important stuff, the entire book, the image of the entire book will be in front of your eyes. Obviously, the entire book won't be there, but if you just look at that one formula, you will be recollecting how did we get to that formula, what were the examples and topics related to that formula, and that is how you won't be forgetting a lot of stuff. And very relatable to this is tip number 5, and that is revise. So a lot of times what happens is, since the syllabus is really vast, when the first time you are preparing and you're understanding the topics, it'll seem very easy for you. But maybe 2 to 3 days later, around 7 chapters later on, if you come back and have a look at that topic, you have studied it, but when you look at it, you'll be like, what is it? Because you'll be tending to forget things. And this is a common mistake that a lot of people do. They do prepare everything, but they forget to revise. That is what, right? You have to revise, give it another vision. So revision is really important. That is the 5th tip to clear the pilot examinations on your own. Do not forget to revise the stuff that you have prepared. And I want to close this video on a note saying that you guys are really lucky to be in this place to have such facilities. Trust me, we didn't have facilities like online classes or that module or the FlyTuber, for example. We didn't have YouTube channels with really in-depth detailed explanations back in the days. So you are really lucky to be in such a position to have such facilities. And if I can clear my papers in 1 attempt, there is no reason why you cannot. So yeah, all the best for your examinations. Give it your best shot, and I'm sure that you're going to clear the papers with flying colors and with an amazing result. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope that you liked this one and the tips that I shared with you, and I'll be coming up with interesting videos very soon on this channel. Until then, you can watch any other video on the screen right now. Take care, bye-bye, and happy landings. you.